my goodness, who was at the party of all parties last night? I woke up super early, excited to be here in front of all of you with this magnificent panel. My name is Barbara Bozer. I am from Los Angeles. Any other California people in the house? Awesome. So we are going to be talking about the steps to success, particularly step 1 and 2. So step 1, if you're in this room, you probably already did that. High five your neighbor and say, boom, I'm done with step 1. Fantastic. So we are going to dive right into step number 2. This is one of my favorite steps because it is our residual income. This is what grows our check and makes us that money while we are asleep. But before we get started, I would love to introduce my beautiful panel. And actually, ladies, I'm going to have you start, if you could tell us a little bit about yourself and go down the line before we get started with the questions.
Hi guys, I'm Jaree Caneller, Ambassador Diamond, and I'm so excited to be here. Yeah! I got started in this crazy rap business about 3.5 years ago. I was a stay-at-home mom and my husband was an active duty Army officer. So we made okay money, but we didn't own our time. And what I realized is even though I was living the dream in the sense that I was a stay-at-home mom and I was able to homeschool my kids, I realized that I kind of lost myself. I didn't have passion. And so whenever I found the raps and I got excited about the business, I started to find me. And what's incredible is that I'm a high school dropout. And on top of that, I have all kinds of abuse in my past. And what this business did for me, along with my relationship with the Lord, is it gave me confidence. It taught me that you can be anything that you want to be, no matter where you come from. You don't have to be educated to be an Ambassador Diamond. And I'm here to tell you that every single one of you can be on this stage, because if I can do it, you can do it.
Thank you, Jaree.
Hey guys, I am Kara Murphy. I'm an Ambassador Diamond. I have been with the company for about 3 years now, and I'm really hoping that we can share some amazing tips with you today, because all of us up here got here because of these steps to success. There's no secret tricks or anything like that. We did our steps to success. So pay attention. Hopefully we'll give you some good tips.
Thanks, Kara.
Hey guys, I'm Amanda Pruitt, Ambassador Diamond from Orlando, Florida. And I've been in this business now for just 2 years, and one thing I wanted to let you guys know is that 2 years ago from today, I had one distributor on my team. And 2 years ago in April, I went to my first event like this, and I sat really high up in the stands, and I was a Ruby. And I said, next time I'm gonna be on that stage and sit down in the VIP section, and I did. So, you know, we worked really hard, and 13 months later, I went Ambassador Diamond, and we're going to share kind of how we did that.
Amazing, awesome. All right, so let's look at this slide, step 2. So these are loyal customers. So we are going to talk about, who are these people? How do we, enroll them? When you get your 4 loyal customers in your first 30 days, you're going to get $120 product credit, more international, and you're going to be able to use that to purchase product or use product for yourself, sell it, get your money back, and you're also going to get wrap rewards, and that is a great profit margin to sell the wraps and get that wrap cash. It's also going to qualify you for bonuses, fast start bonuses, Ruby bonuses, and who knows what they're going to announce later today. But getting your first 4 loyal customers is something that you need to do ASAP. So this beautiful panel here, we're going to talk about some tips on getting that. And we're going to start with Jaree, and we're going to talk about online recruiting, basically. So Jaree, if you could tell us a tip, something you would suggest or train your team with recruiting online.
Yes, so what a lot of you don't know about me is that I'm an introvert, and being on the phone can really wear me out sometimes, but I understand the importance of our potential loyal customers hearing our voice and feeling the conviction and the passion and the love that we have for these products. And so what I love about Facebook is they have the voice memo option. And what a great way to be able to communicate with somebody. My favorite thing to do is when I have somebody that's just skeptical about whether or not the wraps work, is that when I let them hear my voice and I say, girl, you know what, I was totally skeptical too. I tried these wraps just to prove that they didn't work, and it worked. And now I have this amazing booming business because of it. You're transferring your belief to your potentials right there. And so I feel like that is a really, really great way that you can expand your loyal customer base.
Thank you. It's an excellent tip. Kara, I have the same question for you. Let's talk about how you recruited. You built to ambassador pretty quickly as well, so I'm excited to hear your tip.
So the most important thing that I try to remember is to focus on your potential customer. There's nothing worse than messaging someone and saying, I need 2 more customers. You know, imagine if you got that message from someone, I need this, I need this. So whenever I post or whenever I talk to someone in person, I'm always thinking, am I telling them what I need or am I helping them with what they need? And one of the ways I do this is I might post something about message me and I will do a consultation for you and select the best products to meet your needs. Or why don't you fill out this questionnaire and I'll get to know all about you and I can pick out the products that are really going to help you. When people message me, questions can be really easy and fun. It can be something like, you know, how do you eat? Do you eat healthy? What are your exercise habits like? And when they answer those 2 questions, that's going to tell you about our lifestyle, our greens, our system. You know, that's going to give you those selections of products for them. And then you can ask them something like, what are a couple of things that you love about your body and what are a couple of things that you want to improve? And same thing about your skin and your hair. What are a couple of things you love? What are a couple of things you want to improve? And then the best way to end that questionnaire is to make sure you ask them, what's your budget like for products like these? And when do you want to start using them? Okay, and shout out to my double diamond Jessica Euler for those ending questions. Because when you know that they have a budget of some set amount and they want to start using the products tomorrow, you've got that in the bag and you're able to close that deal. So
I love that. Asking a question at the end is so important because you keep that conversation going. Like the worst thing you can do is say, okay, here's my link, let me know. You know, you want to ask them something that they can respond to and how you are making it about them more than about you. And we will succeed when we help other people. So that's really awesome. Thank you for that. Okay, Amanda, so we just met when we were assigned to this panel, and I'm amazed by your story because I'll have a confession here. I have never signed one loyal customer off of Instagram. Not one. Anybody else with me? Woo! Right. So when you told me that you built to ambassador on Instagram, I want to know exactly what you're doing. So please share a tip with the group here.
Well, when I joined this business, I was a police officer home on leave, so I didn't have a warm market. My friends and family, they thought I was insane. So I had to look to my cold market, and at the time that was Instagram. So the most important tips I can give you for Instagram is you've got to be personal. You've got to build relationships and make friends, and I tell my team, Instagram is your commercial. So when someone goes to your page, they should be able to see right into your life. They should be able to see, do you have kids? What are you all about? What is your story? And then you start talking about products. And another thing is you've got to become a product of the product. So this doesn't mean showing belly pictures every single day. You want to showcase all of the products. So one day maybe I take a selfie of drinking the greens, and the next day I'm going to showcase our skincare line. And I always want to make sure I have our products somewhere in my picture. Maybe it's sitting on the counter if I have a picture of my children. So it's really about just being consistent. The best advice I can give on Instagram is you've got to stay consistent. It's something you have to do every single day.
Awesome. Consistency is so important. And then we'll talk now about offline. Okay, so what if the internet went away tomorrow, God forbid, right? Don't worry, John Eric, that's not going to happen. But I want to hear from you, how do you build offline? You know, for me personally, I experienced, my business grew online and I taught my team that, but a few years back, everything kind of crumbled for us because that was the only thing that we were doing. And it's so important to have a diverse field, and that you have to have the parties, you have to have one-on-ones. one team, one mission events, calls, all that kind of stuff, in addition to what you're doing online, and that really is going to help keep that volume up and keep your team growing. So, Jeree, you are a rock star online for sure. I know you were always an example I would share with my team, like, go to that Canellers page and see what they're doing. And I want to know, though, not a lot of people know this about you, but you actually didn't really start online. So can you share how you built your business offline?
Yes, so whenever I first got started in this business, like I said, I tried that first wrap and I saw results and I saw immediate value in becoming a distributor. And it wasn't because I wanted to hurry up and make a bunch of money, it's because I wanted to be able to get my product for free. Because contrary to popular belief, the Army really doesn't pay that well. And so I really wanted to be able to afford my products, and then if we paid off a little bit of debt, then that was going to be great too. And so I did tons and tons of one-on-ones. Like I said, I'm a stay-at-home mom. Whenever my baby was sleeping and the other two were doing school, we invited people over. Actually put 50-some wraps, I think it was 52 wraps, on people that first month. And I was able to do that because every time I put one wrap on somebody, I built value into the loyal customer program. And what's amazing about that is that you're going to be able to collect those wrap rewards. Well, I was turning those wrap rewards over super fast, making that $75 profit. And I think we went emerald the first month and I made just $800 in wrap cash that first month. So no excuses. You talk to those potentials about being a loyal and you'll sign them up and you can run your business for free.
Awesome, thank you so much. That's a lot of people to wrap. Wow. All right, Kara, I have the same question for you. Tell us, how do you recruit, build your leads, work on your hundreds list offline?
So I try to see an opportunity in every single situation. A party does not have to be a formal get-together. If someone asks you to bring a dish for an event, whatever you're doing, a family get-together even, make some cookies and add Profit, and bring your bag of Profit so everyone can see your recipe. Bring the energy drinks. You know, when I'm at a grocery store, for example, I'll be digging in my big purse for my wallet, and I'll take my box of wraps and I'll set them on the table, or I'll hand it to the cashier and say, here, can you hold this while I look for my wallet? I have my clothes on every day. I mean, there is an opportunity in every single situation.
That's awesome. I'm going to do that. All right, same question, Amanda. So you built quickly on Instagram, but what if that went away? What do you do now?
Well, the other thing about me is I was an extreme couponer before I joined this, super extreme. And I always find the value in everything. So I think oftentimes our Blitz cards get forgotten about. And that is a coupon, and don't forget that. So a big tip is always have them with you and laminate one and wear it around your neck. Find a sparkly lanyard, they sell them at the dollar store, and I always had that on. I had it hanging off of the stroller or hanging off of the diaper bag. I have the magnet on my car, and I would stick some Blitz cards in the magnet so people could take one as they walked by. So using those Blitz cards, if you want to walk into a salon or a nail place, just walk in and say, hey, it's Customer Appreciation Week, which is every single week. And I wanted to leave some coupons for your employees, and I'm able to do that. So really utilize the tools that we have. A lot of people don't know in your eSuite you have printable marketing materials. There's printable Blitz card type things that you can print out if you're just getting started. So don't forget about those. And the other thing is try to sign local people. I didn't have a local team when I joined this because my market was from Instagram, so they were all over the country. So once you start signing those locals and building your team, launch them. Those parties, that is where you're going to build your business.
Yeah, I think about myself when I was recruited. It was not through social media at all. My friend Gina sent me a text and she said, dude, come over, I'm gonna wrap you. And I'm like, what the heck? Okay, and I went right over there and she was so excited about this wrap, and so was I with the results, and she basically signed me as a distributor that night, and I signed up just because I wanted to help her, and she was so excited about it, and she talked about me getting some free product. So I want to ask these ladies, how do you, let's talk about what step 5 that Cami introduced in the fundamentals. So how do you actually convert that customer to actually sign up and get the sale?
Okay, so I think it's really important not to overcomplicate the loyal customer program and speak language that they're not going to understand. And let's just face it, there's a lot of companies out there that have an auto ship that make it extremely hard for people to cancel, so there's a stigma about it. So what I like to do up front is just to ease all of their concerns right off the bat. So I let them know that they have complete control over that auto ship, that they can choose any product that they want each month, and once they finish that 3-month commitment, if they want to stop, it's easy if they want to. And then I go on to tell them about whatever perks and things that they have. So I think that probably 90% of the time, and again, I use that voice memo option typically whenever I'm talking to people, when they hear that and you take all of it away, it just makes sense to them. Who doesn't want to save 40% on products?
That's great. I want to save 40%. All right, Kara, same thing. So we want to get the sale, we want to introduce the loyal customer program, and then I also want to know, like, do you have a kind of a go-to closing question? Like, you know, what do you say to people that you can share?
Okay. I always think about, I don't play my best cards first. Your best cards are our loyal customer price and the perk points and things like that. I am not going to come out and talk about that right off the bat. It's too much information, first of all, and I've played all my best cards. So I always lead with the retail price. Okay, I tell them about the product. I say, this is the retail price. Would you like a discount? And of course, they're going to say yes. And that's the other thing I do, is always try to end with a question so that you can keep that conversation going. And then you have somewhere to go from there. After you've told them the retail price, the loyal customer price is a great price, and it's going to look even better. And then you can add in perk points later. And then I say, would you like to go to my website to put your order in, or would you like me to get it done for you right now and make it easier for you? Okay, so give them that option so that they always have the control, and you're always asking them that question to keep the conversation going.
Yeah, that's so important to ask that, because sometimes people will, you know, go to Google and type something in and not end up with you. So I agree. Like, can I walk you through this? I can get it done for you right now. And you know, we have our app, and I pulled over to a parking lot before, you know, just to sign somebody up. So thank you for that. So Amanda, same question. So you built on Instagram, people liked, commented. What do you say to people to keep that conversation going after they've liked or commented on your post, and then how do you convert that into a customer?
Well, I like to get them straight to email and then over to Facebook. That's where I do my messaging and such. And when someone has come to you and asked for product information, you've got to assume the sale. And I think oftentimes you think, oh, maybe they'll order when they're ready, and especially my yellows in the room, you know, they don't want to give too much. But if someone has come, they're wanting to order these products. So you've got to just ask them, which product are we going to order for you today? Are we going to put in your order for greens or the wraps to get you started? So you've got to just assume the sale. And I like to make it super easy for them, especially if I'm in person. You should always carry customer order forms, the hard copies, in your purse. Carry those with you so that you can input them yourself. I pick up the phone and call people. It takes 3 minutes to input someone from your e-suite. So definitely my best advice is to just assume the sale, give them a choice of which products. Don't give them a choice, do you want to sign up today or tomorrow? It's got to happen today.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think my favorite one is, I just like to ask people, hey, did you want to do the 90-day loyalty program? And they're like, sure, what is that? And I said, oh, you pay wholesale and it's free to be a loyal customer as long as you order for at least 3 months. And it just makes it really easy. And then, like you said, I'll add, you know, perks points and stuff like that after the fact, just to keep it super simple. So, okay, so we got our customers, you know, we worked hard, made connections, helped people get what they want. Now I want to talk to you about keeping them, because that's the money while you're asleep, right? And I know I want to make money while I'm sleeping. So, Kara, maybe I can start with you. If you could share what is, you know, a system or a favorite tip that you have with our group today on customer retention, that would be awesome.
I have to be organized. That that is the thing that I always have to work on for myself. And I found a few things that really work for me. And you know, that's important too, is finding methods that work for you. Some people can work out of notebooks and keep all their people, you know, written down there. I can't remember to carry it around. I have my phone. So what I do, if my loyal customers on Facebook, I go to the Friends tab and I create a new list, and I call it Loyal Customers. All my loyal customers get put in that list. So it's very easy for me to go and like and comment and interact and remind them that I'm here and that I care and that I, you know, want to see how they're doing. If I have their phone number in my phone, then I save them as LC, then their name, and then their ID number. And that makes it really easy. If they text me, I can go to my eSuite really quickly and look them up and see what they've ordered, see how many perk points they have. It's also a great way to just go through your phone. All you have to look is for all the LCs. You can go through and you can text or call and check up on these people really easily. I also remind myself every holiday to go and check in on my customers. We have a major holiday once a month. It's a great way to just say, Happy Valentine's Day, how's everything going? And that's my system, is just trying to stay organized that way.
That's a great tip, and that probably makes them feel special too when they text you and you know exactly who they are. Amanda, can we go to you with the same question? What do you do to implement and make your retention stronger?
Well, most of my customers have come from Instagram, so they were strangers. So I want them, first of all, to be invited to my Facebook, to become my friend, let them into my world, and they're no longer a stranger. And I want to send them a card in the mail, a thank you card. A lot of times we don't get mail anymore, so it's really exciting. So I try to do that. You know, a lot of us are very busy. You can go ahead and pre-write them, just leave the name card blank, and every time you sign one, get it out in the mail within the first 2 days of them ordering, just to thank them and let them know that you're going to be there for them. The other thing is, you guys have got to remember that the customers are the heartbeat of your business, and you should be their customer service representative. They should never ever have to call our customer service. If they need help changing their auto shipment, you should be able to walk them through that. If they have questions about any of the products or where to find more information, they should be able to come to you. So you should essentially be walking right beside them. Our best customers are going to later on turn into our best distributors. And the other thing, this came from another team. I love that we're one team, one mission. The 2x2x2 rule, that is something that I use as far as keeping up with my loyal customers. You know, within the first 2 days, I'm going to thank them for their order. I'm going to send them a message and send them a card. And 2 weeks, I'm going to check in eSuite, make sure their product has shipped, and I'm going to make sure they received it. If they're getting wraps, I'm going to make sure they know to only use one and walk them through that process. And then at the 2-month mark, I'm going to make sure I start talking about the business. So you're loving your products. Have you thought about maybe earning some extra income? And just keeping up with them. And like they said, you know, create these lists on Facebook. Make it a lot easier for yourself. Definitely keep a list of all of your customers, or you're going to get behind like I did and have to catch up. So just remember that these customers are sustaining your business, and we have to take really, really good care of them.
I agree. Customer service is so important. They are just the meat of that residual income and our sustaining our business. So Jerry, same question. What is your favorite thing to keep your customers excited and keep them ordering our products?
What I really like to do is stay connected with them. So whenever they get their wraps, I'm asking them how their results went, and I'm having them send their pictures to me, because sometimes they don't think that they got results. Well, now we have this amazing app, so it's going to be a lot easier for them to put them side by side. But I always want to make sure that I'm walking them through the process and troubleshooting with them, because if they don't feel like they're getting the results that they want, then I'm there to encourage them, to remind them to keep wrapping. And then another thing that we've been doing just recently is that my whole team is adding all of their loyal customers into a group. We're calling it Skinny by Spring Break. And what's great about this group environment is not only are the loyal customers in there sharing their results and asking questions, but I've also got all of my distributors in there excited and sharing their results and talking about how the different individual products and supplements are making them feel, which in turn those loyal customers are watching and they're like, oh, I didn't know that you had Fat Fighters. I didn't know that you had New You. I didn't know that you had Confiance. I'm so stressed out. That works perfect for me. And so I think that that's a great way to utilize and create a community, because then you have them all there that later your distributors can go back, and that's a pool of prospects to become distributors. I love that our loyal customers become our best distributors. It's amazing.
These tips are so important. These are going to go out and become like our brand ambassadors. You know, you provide great customer service, great experiences for them, you build these relationships, and ask for referrals too. That's one thing I would add is if you have somebody that's texting you because they're so excited, ask them, do you know anybody else that would use this or could use this product? So take all of these tips that these ladies have given and keep that customer retention strong. And then we do have a few more minutes, so I'd like to end with just one more tip from each of you, and whoever wants to go first can start. Just one more tip on step 2. I'll start.
So follow-ups are so important, and my team asks me all the time, how often do you follow up? And I don't think that there's a good rule for that. I think it depends on the person that you're talking to. But I will say that if you don't follow up enough, when they are ready to purchase, they are going to find someone to purchase with. They won't necessarily remember you, especially if you haven't talked to them for a week. So it is better if you can follow up often, and it doesn't have to be, hey, are you ready to buy? It can be, hey, you have such an adorable baby. You know, make that small talk so that you're always there. I actually lost 5 loyal customers in December to someone else because I wasn't following up enough, and that was a really good reminder to me. And I just said, you know, what happened? Where'd you go? And they said, we couldn't remember your website, couldn't remember who you were. I found someone else because I really wanted to get the wraps before Christmas. And so make sure that you are following up in a thoughtful way.
That's so important so people remember you.
You had asked me, you know, since you're just learning Instagram, how do you form a good habit on Instagram? For those people who don't use it, how do you remember to take pictures? How do you remember to do it? And sometimes we forget we have smartphones. So set those alarms on your phones. And you asked how many times a day? 6 to 8 times a day is great. To be getting your face out there, sharing your life and sharing your journey and your adventure with people. And there are now apps that will help post on social media for you. Several of them are free. And the other thing is just simply using airplane mode on your phone. It doesn't work on all platforms, what I'm told, but I know on iPhones, if you turn your phone into airplane mode, you can go ahead and schedule your post for the entire next day. And I'm home a lot. My outings oftentimes are just simply going to Target for groceries. So if you're having a day where you're out at the park, stockpile a lot of photos on your phone of your kids swinging and playing. So for the next few days, you have those extra photos. So I know a lot of people get stressed. I don't have anything to take pictures of. You always have more than you think, you know, and always remember what makes you you. What you find interesting, your followers are going to find interesting.
Yeah, I agree. You have to stand out from everybody else, and I'm going to use that airplane mode tip for sure. So Drew, let's end with you. What's the final tip that you have?
Okay, I think it's really extremely important to be a product of the product and absolutely fall head over heels in love with our products. You should be changing your auto ship step each month and trying all the different things. We have an amazing skincare line. We have an amazing supplement line. And whenever you're using the products and putting yourself out there, because a lot of times, especially we as women, we have a hard time being vulnerable and putting our pictures out there. Once I got over myself and I started doing that because I had gained some weight and I was embarrassed to be a rap girl because I had gained weight since I got started in the business. But I put myself out there and I've taken people on a journey with me. And that's what people want. They don't want to be sold something. They want to go on a journey with you and they want to be excited about what's going on in your life. So don't be afraid to post some before pictures and put them out there before you've even started your own 90-day challenge. Because not only is that going to increase your business, but it's also going to hold you accountable to stay consistent with our new It Works system. It's an amazing thing. So just make sure that you're being a product of the product and you're going to bring on loyal customers just by you being you.
Thank you. And I think that the one that I will add is the new app. I downloaded that and already today I've gotten a couple notifications reminding me to drink water. And I think that that's good for customer retention too, because it kind of keeps us in their head a little bit, you know. So thank you, corporate, for that. I appreciate it. So we are good to go. Thank you to my magnificent panel. Let's give it up for these beautiful ladies in step 2.
Turn down for what?